Hi, I'm Mike Evans from the Australian Security Academy, and today I want to look at the issue of dangerous drivers when you're out there on the road driving on the road. Now, there are all sorts of times when you could encounter another fixated driver who wants to attack you for any reason. Here's one in the picture. He killed his girlfriend, ran her off the road at speed. This guy in this picture, he makes his living by staging motor vehicle accidents and crashing into people. The previous one was a carjacker. So they're out there. The important thing, it's going to be a complete surprise if it happens to you. So you've got to drive safely and you can't endanger the lives of other drivers. So to get rid of someone who's fixated on you and following you in a car, you implement dry cleaning techniques. That's what they call it. So you're being tailed by a psychotic ex for have you pissed off a bikie gang. It will come to you as a complete surprise. So when it happens, you must compose yourself. Lock your doors, dial 000, put your hazard lights on. If you are near a golf course, drive slowly onto it. Slowly. Blow your horn. Do not stop the vehicle. Do not get out. Drive towards people. Look at the terrain you're in. Get the odds back in your favour with this person behind you. When you get to a roundabout, just keep going around it with your hazard lights on and blow your horn. Draw as much attention to yourself as you possibly can. Other drivers, they will call the police and say you are driving erratically. If you're in the city or a town or a suburb, look for the nearest police station. Don't try and park your car outside. Stop in the middle of the road. Blow your horn with your hazard lights. Flash your lights. If you see one of these armoured vans wherever you are, park in front of it or beside it in the middle of the road. Blow your horn, flash your lights. Your attacker will rely on you obeying the road rules, being compliant and not wishing to make a fuss. Look, it's far better to be a live coward than a dead hero. So lock your vehicle doors, put your hazard lights on, flash your headlights, keep driving, stay in your vehicle, don't go at speed. Look for police, ambulance, fire brigade. You can be a target of domestic violence. Before you drive anywhere, walk around the suburb each day and look who's parked where. If you see a car that you're familiar with a person you're familiar with in it, call the police. A determined vengeful ex will, if you do all that, resort to installing a vehicle tracker in your car, and they're illegal in Australia. They attach magnetically. So you'll know one is there when he turns up when you shop, travel or socialise, and he wants you to think that you are bugged and he's really clever and he knows where you're going to be. So the whole idea of all these techniques is to give you options, give you choices, and allow you to survive if you are attacked. Remember the important things. Keep your vehicle doors locked. Dial 000 and report what's happening. Do not drive at speed. Drive to the conditions and do not endanger any other drivers. Flash your lights. If you see a medium strip and you're in a four-wheel drive, slowly go over it and go in the other direction. You have the advantage of the terrain. If you feel that you're going to be under surveillance by someone who's going to harm you constantly because of domestic violence or a bad business deal, or you owe someone money or whatever, be aware of where you drive and when you drive there. Change your habits. Go at different times. Make it hard for them. All right, change the routes you take if at all possible. Always drive slowly. Do not drive fast. If you drive fast, they can hit your vehicle and turn you off the road. So drive slowly. Be aware that when you come to the lights, if they are 60 to 100 metres behind you and there's no other traffic in between you, they could push you in through the lights into oncoming traffic. So get over into the other lane or look for options of the median strip. Flash your lights, blow the horn. There are no rules. Absolutely no rules. It's better to be in trouble with the police for creating a disturbance and saving your life than it is to comply with what that attacker wants to do to you. So to avoid injury, to avoid fatality, think about where you're going. Look at what your options are on a daily basis. Know where your nearest police station is. Know where your nearest ambulance station is. If there is a construction site that's full of tradies, stop outside it. in the middle of the road, blowing your horn with those lights flashing. Those guys will look to see what's going on. They will come to your aid. And that goes for you too, blokes. So you don't have to just be a lady. So look at your options. Your safety is paramount. When you are in danger, like I said, there are no rules. You do not obey the rules. Okay, you stop at the lights, you don't speed, but you are trying to save yourself from harm. And that fixated person who is chasing you, they intend to harm you. Now, it could have just been you cut them off in traffic and they've gone psycho. Get to the roundabout, keep going around, and you can go around a roundabout 100 times. And if the police arrive on that 85th time, that's great. Don't stop. Everyone else has to give way to you. Keep those hazard lights on, keep flashing, keep blowing the horn, get attention. That's what you've got to do. If you find yourself in a country area, that's going to make life really difficult because there's only going to be 2 cars. So be aware of your surroundings when you go into a country area. Do not turn down a lane where you may be blocked off or locked in. So again, don't speed, because if you speed, they only have to nudge you and you're off the road. So, you know, keep it 45 kilometres an hour, keep the doors locked, do not get out of that car, call the police, call everybody you can, draw attention to yourself. You don't go silently, you don't go quietly, it will turn off the attacker. They rely on you not doing anything and complying with them. So they want to control you, you don't do what they want to do. So keep in mind, drive safely, get to the police station, fire station, construction site, go on to the golf course. There's no rules. Drive onto the golf course and head towards the nearest bunch of golfers. Don't go at speed, but if they've got golf clubs in their hand and there's a psycho coming after you and jumps out of the car with a knife, you've got some defence there for you. You're not getting out of your car. Let them worry about that, okay? So keep in mind, people, you have options. As you drive around, if you fear that this may ever happen to you, look where you're going. Look where the lights are. Look where the police station is. Look where the golf course is, the cricket ground. Anywhere there is a crowd, it's going to deter someone from jumping out of their car and trying to get into yours with a knife or something like that. So be aware of your surroundings at all times. It assists you to survive. You have options. You don't have to be compliant. Get out of your car and try and fight them. That's what they want you to do, because then they've got you. They can get you back into the car, take you to a second location, and you're not going to survive that. So think about your own safety. You may even have children in the car with you. I didn't tell you to drive fast. I didn't tell you to break the road rules. Okay, what I'm telling you is draw attention to yourself and get some assistance. Where I live at Surfers Paradise, if you drive around the road on Sunday morning at 8:30 to 10:30 after people have been out on the Saturday night, you'll find people with road rage every Sunday morning. It's scary. They jump out of their car and they rant and rave, and they're affected by meth or medication or alcohol, whatever. But it's a real sight to see. You don't get out of the car, you don't confront anyone like that. Drive away and get to safety as soon as possible. So, as I said, people, it's better to be a live coward than it is to be a dead hero. So think about your surroundings, think about your circumstances. It will be a complete surprise when it happens to you. You will not be prepared for it. As soon as you notice that person trying to ram you in the backside of your vehicle or cut you off or whatever, that's when you've got to compose yourself. Don't start psychologically analysing anything. Compose yourself, lock your doors, dial 000, keep moving. That's the best thing that you can possibly do. Find that roundabout and go round and round. See if you can get round there 50 times. You'll live, you'll survive, okay? Draw attention to yourself. I hope that gave you some options just in case it ever does unfortunately happen to you. And it can happen just with road rage. You do not have to be a potential victim of domestic violence for this sort of thing to happen. You could be carjackers that suddenly like your car because they've got an order for your type of car and its parts, and they want it. You just don't know when it could happen or where it could happen. It will be a surprise. It would be a surprise to a police officer. It would be a surprise to an ex-SAS army soldier. So, think about what your options are. lock the doors, dial 000, hazard lights on, flash your lights, cross the median strip, drive onto the golf course, head to the police station, park in the middle of the road. That's what you can do until someone comes to help you. I'm Mike Evans from the Australian Security Academy.